Whoa, that's gonna be it!
What's up, everybody? So we're back here for another breakdown video, and today we have Russia versus Sweden. Okay, it's the 100-kilo round 2 of the World Championships. Okay, I believe this is 2019 when it was in Tokyo. I'm just gonna play the clip for you guys. Take a look at it. Russia's already winning the match right now by Wazari. Okay, I'm not sure how he got here, but he hits a double tap foot sweep and throws the Swedish player for ippon. It's a beautiful technique, and it's something every judo player should have in their arsenal, okay? It's not because it's gonna throw a lot of people for ippon like the Russian player did here, but it is something that's gonna disrupt the pattern, knock your partner off balance, and make it difficult for them to attack you, okay? But let's break down this video. Let's start it back here at the beginning, okay? So it's important to kind of pay attention as we're scrolling through this video, right? The angle of which this got set up, okay? Because Darvi, the Swedish player, is moving in this direction, and you can see that the Russian is pretty much standing his ground, okay? So the Swedish player is moving to a circle around him, and the Russian's kind of just pacing, pivoting on his spot, following him, looking to engage in the grips, okay? So it's very important to note, because what the Swedish player tries to do once they start gripping is he tries to shoot back in the other direction, okay? So as we start to play this out, right here, they're starting to grip, they're moving through right there. Darvi automatically moves off in this direction. Now remember, at the very beginning, he started by circling off to the Russian's right-hand side. And then once they start setting those grips, the Swedish player moves off to his left, okay? It's super important to pay attention to that, because anytime there's a sudden shift in direction and it goes in multiple steps, meaning if I'm moving to my left and then all of a sudden I decide to move to my right and I move twice to my right, okay? We can see that the Swedish player has moved once, right? We caught it here on the frame. And then as we start to go, the Russian goes, oh, he slides a second time. That's the perfect time to attack anytime you're talking about lateral movements. It's not usually on the first one, it's usually on the second. The more skills you get as a judoka, when you start getting into 2 slides, 3 slides, 4 slides, that's when you start lowering the level or the ability for it to work at the highest levels, okay? So if somebody slides once, that tells you they're going in that direction. When they slide a second time, it's time to go. If you wait until the third, there's still a good shot you'll get it, but by the time they've slid 4 or 5 times, you've missed your opportunity. Okay, so right here, we can see that the Russian starts sliding right here. You can see he's already setting it up. Now, look at Darvi's, the Swedish guy's momentum, right? He's not only sliding in this direction here, but he's also moving away from the Russian. Okay, he's trying to pull the Russian, okay, getting off his base, because the Russian is keeping such a solid foundation as he moves to the right and to the left. The Russian uses that to step up and set up that foot sweep, okay? It's beautifully timed, right? So let's go ahead and forward through this a little bit more. Boom, right there. Beautiful. Look at that extension, okay? I see a lot of younger judoka, when they're first starting to learn foot sweeps, they think it all comes from the leg, okay? They try to get that leg kind of lifting up into the air. But really, the power comes right here. The power is coming from this plant foot and your hip having that ability to shoot forward into your partner, okay? That hip extension. Just like you would do a deadlift or you would do a clean, the power comes from the hip and the core. So when you plant off that leg, you've really got to extend those hips. And we can see that right here as we fast forward. Look at that. He's extending through that leg. He's standing up as tall as he can, making sure his hips are traveling in that forward direction to get those feet to move and get power through that right foot. It's not just the weight of his leg coming through, right? It's as he's moving his hips and everything's coming into this position. Another key thing to point out here, right? Look at this hand. It's elevating, it's in a position of lift. The other hand, okay? The one on the other side, look, you see no hand below the middle of his sternum, right? Both his hands are up high. He's lifting his partner up into the air. You see a lot of judo players with the hands down here trying to do foot sweeps, and they're too low. They're not elevating their partner. They're not helping take off a couple pounds of pressure off the floor in order to sweep that foot out in a comfortable manner. And you can see the Russian player here has hit all those key points inside this technique. It's beautiful. Now, even though he doesn't score off the first one, okay, he has enough judo experience using his feet and opportunistic, right, inside his judo where he sees it. He sees that opportunity. Boom. Look at that hand just try to lift. Look at that. Look at this lift. Look at Darby's body from the ankle all the way up. He's using that left hand and he's driving it. And he's got his entire body in a straight line, cranking over to that side, trying to hit this foot sweep, right? It's beautifully done. But as we're starting to move through this right there, he realizes he stumbles. And right here, you can see that Russian, right here, he's already off the ground, okay? His foot is in midair. He's looking to spring and get closer because he realizes what he's done. He's knocked the Swedish player so far off his base that if he can get his hips a little bit closer, get his foot a little bit closer, he can re-lift, re-engage the foot, and hit another foot sweep. And what we got here is him doing just that, right? As we're in this position, let's clear this out. As we're in this position right there, he gets nice and close there, and you can see, look at the Swedish player's position. He's in for it, right? He is all sorts of switched up, right? He's got his left foot forward, his hips are turned, shoulders turned. He's still in a position where he's getting foot sweep because the Russian's controlling his entire upper body with the hands, right? Beautifully done, beautifully done. And then right there, you can see that he's tried to take his foot out. And what the Russian guy has done, which is really smart, is he's used his foot in less of a dayashi action and more of a hook where he's swept, but he's holding that foot up in the air so that he can't take it out. He's gone from a sweep to a block, and he's using his leg and his hand to drive him back over that corner while holding his foot in midair so that the Swedish player just trips over the top of it, right? It's beautiful right here. Boom, catches it, uses his hands perfectly to drive him over the top, and then throw for ippon, right? So as we're looking to start hitting a lot of these foot sweeps and do a lot of these actions, okay, there's a couple of key things that you want to be able to pay attention to. One, hand positioning, right? Get your hands up above. Use your hands in a lifting action to start removing some of the pounds of pressure. Two, foot placement. You want to be driving and standing up as tall as you can, getting your hips engaged into the technique as you're starting to sweep the foot. If you feel like you have stumbled your partner more than just a little bit, you want to be able to re-engage as quick as possible with that foot sweep again in order to use the hands to redirect the throw.
Whoa, look, that's going to be it.